Hello students. Today I'm here with the third part of the chapter, The Best Christmas Present in the World. In the previous video I had discussed the first and second part of the story where we came to know about the author who found a roll top desk in a junk shop. He found it quite cheap and so he wanted to buy it. Finally he bought the roll top desk, but it was in burnt condition, almost in broken condition. While repairing the roll top desk, we had read that he had come across a letter in the drawer of the desk, and the letter had been addressed to Connie Macpherson by Jim Macpherson, and it was the last letter of Jim Macpherson to his wife Connie Macpherson. In the second part, we read about the letter itself, where Jim Macpherson, who was a British soldier, he had explained how he had enjoyed celebrating Christmas with his enemy soldiers, and this was an unique experience for him, and he had thoroughly enjoyed this experience. This is what he had explained to his wife Connie Macpherson through this letter. And the author had now found this letter. He thought that Connie must be looking for the letter. She must have lost it somewhere. So now he wanted to hand over the letter to Connie Macpherson because there was an address written on the envelope. It was of Connie Macpherson. He tries to find out the address and hand over the letter to Connie Macpherson. Let's see how he does it. So the author read the letter of Jim and he drove to Bridport where Connie used to live. He had found the address, it was in Bridport, and she used to live in house number 12. It is all given in your book. So he drove to Bridport now to hand over the letter to Connie. There he found that Connie's house had already caught fire and it was just a burnt out, broken structure now. The neighbors told him that her house had caught fire, but she had been somehow saved. And they also told him that now she was in Burlington House nursing home. So now he drove to Burlington House nursing home where he could see her. He wanted to hand over the letter to her at any cost. Connie was already 101 years old. The author went to the nursing home, handed over the letter to her. She immediately recognized the handwriting of Jim Macpherson, who was her husband. Dear children, I had already discussed in the second part that, or maybe in the first part, that Connie Macpherson now, she was too old and she was utterly distressed when her husband had not returned from the war. Now she is 101 years old, so it is quite obvious thing for this lady to have problem with her memory. She was mentally disturbed now. Now what happened? You will see that how she mistakes the author for Jim Macpherson when he has come there to hand over her letter to her. So when he came to her and handed over the letter to her, she thought that her husband had come back because Jim, her husband, he had promised her that he would come back from the war and celebrate Christmas with her. So now when the author goes to her, she recognized the letter, the handwriting of Jim Macpherson, and she feels very happy. But she mistook the author for her husband, Jim Macpherson. So she asked the author to read the letter to her as she wanted to listen to the voice of her husband, thinking that the author is her husband. But the author also he did not try to disclose the fact or the truth to her. He did not want to break her heart. He did not want to destroy her happiness or spoil her happiness. So he kept quiet. And Connie, she was under the impression that she had been meeting her husband after such a long time. This makes her very happy. So she said to him, that is the author which she was mistaking for her husband, that he had been her best Christmas present to her this time, as it was the occasion of Christmas and she thought that he had come back for Christmas. She thought that it was the best Christmas present to her on this Christmas. But we know that it was not her husband, it was only the author. So here the story comes to an end. Let's see what conclusion we can draw out of this story. Dear students, after reading this chapter, we can conclude that war can be very destructive. It not only destroys the property or the human beings, it also affects the emotional state of human beings. We came to know how war can affect the lives of people. People lose their dear ones and undergo lifelong misery like Connie Macpherson. We also came to know how common people were forced to fight the wars against their wishes. They never wanted to go for wars like Jim and Hans Wolf. We know that Jim was a school teacher and Hans Wolf used to play a cello in an orchestra. They had different professions. They had never even imagined to join wars, but they had been forced to fight this war. This is what used to happen during world wars. They never wanted to fight a war. Further, we saw how both the armies wanted to forget the war and make peace with their enemy soldiers. This was the best part. No one wanted to kill each other. So, according to Hans Wolf, he rightly said that wars can be resolved not by fighting with each other, but by we can say playing friendly matches like football, cricket, or any other match. Because in the matches we also defeat our enemies the way we defeat them in wars, but without killing each other. There is no destruction that takes place in matches. So if we want to satisfy our instinct of defeating our enemies, we should play matches, he says. Yes, this is the best method, that we must play matches like football or cricket or any other match, so that no destruction takes place. So this is what we learnt out of this story, dear children. This is all about the story. I hope you all have solved the exercises by now. I had already sent the solutions to you all. I would like to see your notebooks. Please do send the notebooks or the pics or pictures of the notebooks on my WhatsApp number. And if you face any problem in the chapter, you can always discuss with me. You can call me, you can message me, right? Okay, this is all for today. See you soon in the next video.